Good day everyone, this is Frost and this is Frost Moto. First, thank you God for allowing this to happen. And second, Sir Tio, the owner of the ADX 160, thank you for allowing me to borrow and review your bike. So before we begin, you know what to do. If you're on motorcycle, push subscribe button. If you're on updates, push the notification bell. And intro. Alright, so what we have here is an ADX 160 2023 version, priced at 188,000. One nice thing about the ADX 160 is it's not just for aesthetic only that resembles an Honda ADV 750. So as you can look to aesthetic, it is actually very nice. So this is the white version of the ADX. I'm not sure if it's a limited edition or not, but as far as I know, right now Bristol is not releasing the white version. So we're lucky enough to be able to review this here in Cebu because I believe this is the only one. So like I said, aesthetically wise, it resembles an XADV. So if you love the XADV Honda, somewhat if you can afford it, at least a choice to choose from. One nice thing about the ADX is, like I said, it's not about the looks, but the upside down suspension in front, supplemented with the spoke wheels. So the competition of this right now is the ADV, so we can deny the fact that it resembles an ADV also. So this kind of bikes or this kind of scooters are not basically adventure, purely adventure, but they are somewhat in the middle. Can do off-road, good for daily use, because the fuel consumption of this, if I'm not mistaken, is 43 to 45 kpl depending on your weight and your riding style, which is actually very nice. Which supplemented with a very good suspension in the rear, which is an air shock suspension, disc brake in front, disc brake in the rear with an ABS. So this is only a single channel ABS, front only. So at least it is still okay. So a lot of people complain, why is it 2 valves and not 4 valves? So the engineers designed the engine, or they perfectly designed the engine to be 2 valves for a reason. They can actually make it 4 valves, but they choose 2 valves. So 2 valves and 4 valves has different pros and cons. So we all know 4 valves has more power, more torque, so on and so forth, but it consumes more fuel. 2 valves, on the other hand, is more, fuel saver. I'm not saying that it's slow. It is still powerful, good enough for daily use, and it has power in uphill. If you're gonna use 2 valves, lesser mechanism, lesser weight compared with a 4 valves. And 2 valves also is actually very nice because in terms of longevity, it's more durable compared with the 4 valves. A lot of engineers already tested that in the long run. So still, at least you have a choice to choose from. Or do you want another version? I mean, do you want another brand like the ADV, which is 4 valves? But if you're going to ask me, if you're looking for daily use motorcycle, you're not racing, you're not going into whatsoever, then 2 valve is actually pretty much decent and okay for day-to-day use. So now let us go for the engine specs. So for its engine displacement or specs, it is 155.6cc, single cylinder, liquid cooled, 4-stroke 2 valve, single overhead cam, and it's a CVT or automatic drive. So I said earlier, what are the pros and cons of 2 valves and 4 valves? So right now, at least you have a choice to choose from. Very nice suspension. Aesthetically wise, this one is by far the most good looking, especially with the upside down fork, spoke wheels. For its bore and stroke, actually, I don't have any data about this. I already asked Bristol for that. But it gives us a max power of 10 kW at 8,500 RPM. That provides us a max torque of 14 Newton meter at 5,500 RPM. So for 2 valves, that's actually not bad, especially for day-to-day use and sometimes long ride. So actually guys, this is what I love about the new scooters right now that are in the market, especially for the ADVs or ADX. the fuel cap is here, especially in the long ride. If you haven't tried long ride and you're tired and you wanna go home but you don't have enough gas, so you're just gonna go to the gas station and you don't want to get off your bike, so this one is actually very nice. So let's try to open the fuel. So like just like that, open. So this is actually plastic. I mean, metal and plastic has a pros and cons. I can't tell you exactly what is it, but I know there are several reasons for plastic and metal. But if you're going to ask me, I'll choose metal. So this is an 11 liters, so the tank is here. So center of gravity is in the middle. Like I said earlier, it consumes around 43 to 45, but it's fuel injected. So for its brakes, this is actually disc brake, which is actually very nice. Same design with the competition. ABS, speedometer sensor. Alright, so very nice design though. It adds, aesthetically it adds. So for the rear, it is still disc brake. So here it is with a braided hose. So you can actually change this one if you like. Disc brake. So in terms of stopping power, then actually you can trust this one, especially if you're adding top box with an OBR on your weight. So you can have a very good stopping power, especially in sudden brakes. So for its front tires, this is actually dual kind of tires, good for off-road and semi-off-road, cement, so on and so forth. So for the size, it is 110 by 80 by 14. Stock tire is CST. And for the rear, it is 130 by 70 by 13. So for an adventure bike, for the adventure bike, front is always higher than one. I don't know the reason for that, but that's the design of it. Maybe for the handling purposes and also for its stability. Alright, so quality of seat is actually very nice. Premium, it's in the middle. Quality of it is in the middle. At least the moment that you buy the bike, it has already a grab bar that a top box can be added. So at least this is a bonus point. Okay, so for the handlebar, actually very nice. Very nice quality and texture. Quality of plastic is nice. So this is not this is already an aftermarket, especially also for the auxiliary light. It is all aftermarket. And now let us check for the display. So you just need to choose the key. Okay, alright. So let's check. Bristol logo. Okay, so temperature, auto, speed, time, EBS, check engine, RPM, fuel, and temperature. Same, I guess. Which one is the best? What else? Mode. So okay, I'm gonna show you a video. So I've done this earlier. This is a TFT display, and you can actually use the screen to mirror your phone. So if you're riding in the long ride and you don't have any navigator, so this can be used. Your phone can be used, and you actually play some videos here. Tipo sa dili, no? Dili siya gamay.
Cellphone niya patong dito.
Normal yun sa dili gamay.
Alang salida dito. Mode. So trip kilometer can be changed to miles. Okay. Odo 23. So I guess that's it, guys. Very easy to understand. So here is the foot peg of the rear. Can be tucked in. Side stand kill switch. Very nice. Bristol logo here. Headlight, projector, LED, daytime light. This is what it looks like from the inside. Very nice. Okay. Quality of plastic is pretty decent. Okay. Alright, so let's check the seat. So push, twist. Okay, too much. Okay, that's it. Very easy. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so battery is there. Battery is here. So I guess you can put a half face helmet. I'm not sure. but at least you have very big compartment, especially in long ride or daily ride. You can put a lot of things that you don't want other people to see, right? Very easy. Close. So if you're wondering about the key, so this is the key, alarm key. So you can actually open this one. Okay, wait. So it has an extra key like that one. You can add this one, you can actually use this one. So because a lot of Filipinos are very cheap and they like, you know, to save a lot of money if ever certain bad things happen. So I guess this is the reason why Bristol is doing this kind of stuff to help Filipinos to overcome the fear. So you don't need to be afraid if ever you keyless is, you know, misplaced, so on and so forth, as long as you have the key and a duplicate. So that's an added, for me, that's an added features. Alright, so for the suspension, this is an air shock suspension. So basically it means that it has more stability, more softness in off-road or any bumps. So it helps the motorcycle to be stable. It helps to lessen the bump, so it's very easy to understand. So you can actually change it here. I'm not sure if this is for the compression, but for my own sake or opinion, don't follow me, I think that is for the compression. I'm not sure because I'm not an expert on these suspensions. Okay, so for the signal lights, this is all LED. So one nice thing is it's very stiff, especially if you're riding in so much off-road. If you're gonna use a cheap turning indicator, sometimes it, you know, it's it sometimes gets broken here, gets damaged. This is very steep, which is actually nice. So it has an hazard, high beam, low beam, passing light, turning indicators, horn, stop idling switch, so light. So this is actually very nice also for me because you can change the light. You can actually turn it off if you're riding in daytime. You can turn it on in nighttime. So you can save a lot of battery, but still it is, you know, minor save ignition. So actually change the windshield. You can change it form. You can actually lower it. Nice. So you can actually stand that, especially depending on your riding style and what kind of environment you are riding with. So that is a very nice bonus points. If ever you're gonna buy an ADX Bristol, I do recommend that you choose the white version or the gray version. That is the color aesthetic for me. That is which is very nice. And guys, one nice thing about the Bristol ADX, I know some of you will say that it's very expensive for 188, 150, 160cc displacement. But again, I'll tell you this, Bristol sometimes do offers discount. So sometimes they do it less than 20k, some freebies, helmets, apparel, so on and so forth. But at least sometimes you just gotta be active on their Facebook page. You're gonna visit the closest Bristol dealer to your place, because sometimes they do offer discount. For its features, okay, very easy to understand. TFT display, ABS single channel, screen mirroring, so it's TFT, keyless system, start stop system like this one. So it helps you lesser your fuel consumption, especially in traffic. Next is USB port, and then I guess that's it, guys. So you have some compartment here. So in case of travel, you can actually use this one. So that there is the USB. Actually very nice. Quality of grips is nice, very high end. Now let's go for its dimensions and test drive. So let's go for its dimensions. Again, I am almost 5'11". So this is what it looks like if you're going to ride the ADX 160. Okay, so static, this is what it looks like. Again, for the average Filipino, this is actually pretty much decent. If your height is around 5'5", then it is actually okay. You can do this one leg, left or right. So it's gonna be no problem, especially if you're going to add a weight, OBR on top box, so the ground clearance will become shorter. Seat height is 790mm. So what other people do is they replace the seat with an aftermarket, and sometimes they remove some foam The curb weight is 137 kilograms, so for its weight, it is actually pretty much okay for day-to-day ride. It's pretty much nimble, considering if you're gonna do this long ride, and sometimes you're gonna do if you're very aggressive riding and cornering, so on and so forth. I know there are already a lot of reviews about this bike or this scooter, far more better than me in terms of explaining why you should get this bike or not, but at least I had shared my opinion. So let's go and have a test drive to deeper our own experience. All right. So let's have a test drive to wherever we want to go. So let's have a test drive with the ADX 160. Right, so again, this is what it looks like. Very nice, statically very nice. Okay, let's go. Oops, right. Okay, side stand. All right, so let's check it once again. Let's change this to auto. No, not miles, but kilometer. So let's turn it on. I want to check something. Let's check something in the display. Bristol logo, ABS. Okay, I thought it has a traction control. Right, so let's go. Right, so again, guys, don't expect too much about motorcycle, especially if you're gonna think about, oh, it's a 160cc, it's gonna be fast, so on and so forth, because some people will think, look at the Sniper, it's so fast, and for this a beginner entry bike. So again, that is a totally different kind of motorcycle, and this one also is a totally different motorcycle from each other. So each motorcycle has a pros and cons. So I mean, it's not pros and cons, but each motorcycle has a purpose. If you're gonna choose the Sniper, then it has more speed for daily, day-to-day ride. But if you're gonna choose the ADX or the ADV or whatsoever, they may not have speed, but they have stability, and also has a very good suspension, and about also the power. And you can add a lot of things in a motorcycle. You can add a top box, side panniers, the static. You can actually change anything that you like, and you can, you know, integrate like this one handguard. You can integrate that, and each person has a different type of motorcycle. You become an ambassador to your motorcycle, so it explains about yourself also. And you're gonna add also the display is very clear, especially in daytime. It's very the details can be seen clearly, but for now at least we can feel the power and the feeling of the engine. Actually, it is very much okay. The speed, the torque, even though it's 2 valve, you can, if you're a beginner rider, you're just an ordinary, you can actually tell the difference about the 2 valves and 4 valves. You gotta be an expert in that kind of area to be able to distinguish it properly. But for a day-to-day use motorcycle, for me, I do love the 2 valves. Lesser fuel, and also we're not racing, we do aggressive riding, but not too aggressive. And also the motorcycle is not built for too much for that. Then if you're really aggressive, then choose another brand or another motorcycle that can replenish or can quench your desire. So chill ride. So this motorcycle promotes chill ride. So auto is only 1,119, so very young. So I have tested a lot of ADX, guys, to tell you honestly, because for the last few months I wasn't doing any reviews. If you notice that, I actually applied myself into apprenticeship on how to become mechanic or technician, motorcycle technician, because what is it if you really love what you do and you don't understand what you're talking about? So again, it adds more value. So that's what I'm doing right now. So we're very lucky enough to be able to review the ADX, but I have tested, change oil it. Again, I do not complain anything about the motorcycle, because guys, to tell you honestly, there are nothing to complain about, because this is not a super sports bike. This is only for a day-to-day bike. You can expect more for something that's not built for it. Not unless you're buying let's say 1000cc, then you're gonna expect a lot of it, especially if you're paying a lot of money. But for day-to-day use bike, for long ride, then this one is actually pretty much okay in your budget. upside down fork, spoke wheels. So it, in terms of off-roading, semi-off-roading, this one is actually very nice. Alright, no right turn on the red signal. Okay, front brakes, it's actually nice. Idling stop system. So the engine is off because of the idling stop engine. So the driving position is relaxed, and I have a scoliosis, and I tell you it's very relaxed. Price point, it is 188,000. So it's quite hard for an average Filipino, average earner to be able to buy this one. But again, I guess, like I said earlier, sometimes Bristol do provide discount from time to time, so we just gotta be active on their Facebook page or their website, because sometimes they do offer promos and freebies. So that's actually very nice. So let's turn right here. Alright, signal light, left turn. No left turn, 4 p.m. So it's not 4 p.m. yet, it's 3 p.m. So we can left turn here. Alright, so let's give them some way. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's try. Sayang. Sayang, bakit hindi kita niligawan? So I guess, guys, that's it. I cannot add more, I cannot tell you less. What you see is what you get, and I have told you everything that I want to tell you. Again, there are already a lot of reviews out there, far more better than me in terms of explaining things. So thank you so much for your time. If you watched this recent video, thank you so much for your time. And also, so again, the owner of the ADX 160, Sir Tio, thank you for allowing me to borrow and review your bike. So, very nice bike, very worth it. Thank you so much for your time, my viewers and the owner. God bless to you both. Ride safe always. See you in my next vlog.